Daniel, how are we?
Good, Paul. Back again. Hope you're doing well.
I am, as mentioned, we've been doing a lot of moving, lifting of heavy things, moving in multiple planes, getting things over into this taxi box outside here, which is it's quite incredible how much you can fit into a single box, but it's awesome. I've always seen these taxi boxes outside people's places, and I'm like, what's going on here? But now I know what's in them, so that's cool.
So, talk to me about movement and how you've been moving in different planes and the impact and benefit of just moving in different ways and shapes and forms.
So this got me thinking as I was moving these heavy items into this box over here. I was like, so many of us are so used to, walking in one particular plane, that sagittal frontwards plane that is safe because of our senses, and we're just used to doing that in one aspect. But ultimately, what happens is when we get injured, it's usually when we step out of that plane. Now, our body's able to move sideways; it's able to move in a multiple array of directions and combinations of different directions. And it's really when we step out of that comfortable, once again, that comfortable kind of access to frontwards and backwards is where we get injured. So I was thinking to myself as I was moving this heavy couch and I was bringing one foot over the other and all that kind of stuff. We need to be exposing ourselves to all these different planes on a regular basis. And my question to you is, do you expose yourself to uncomfortable ranges of movement on a regular basis? And if you don't, I invite you to do that. I invite you to think about moving sideways rather than just going backwards and frontwards. When you get up out of a chair, maybe get up by using one foot and working unilaterally. When you're brushing your teeth, maybe use your left hand as opposed to your right hand and vice versa, or stand on one foot when you're doing that as well. Start to challenge yourself in ways that you may not have thought could be possible. And then when it comes to, kind of expressing yourself, or let's say life throws you a curveball, you're going to be far more prepared for it.
Yeah, it's a really good topic and great points that you brought up. Think about just like rotation and how much core work goes into that. I love using a cable machine when gyms are available and open because it gives me an opportunity to work in different planes of motion. And a lot of it is to do with rotation because we're constantly rotating. I mean, you want to get something from the back of the car. If you're in the front, you're rotating over. If you're picking up your child who's in a car seat, you're using that rotational movement to come and pick up your child and take them out. So the amount of core strength that's needed for that, I know I've got chronic back pain, so a lot of it stems from picking things up not intelligently or appropriately back in the early days. And so now I really work my core in all different planes of movement and motion because I just want to be comfortable that whatever life throws at me, I feel like the strength is there, reaching up, but using rotation. So I think there's a lot of benefit of strength movement when it comes to planes of motions that we're using in everyday life. But I also know the benefit of stretching and flexibility. And so practicing yoga, which is always working in different planes of motion, standing on, one foot or another, hands in different places, body stretched out. I mean, it really gives you a good sense of your full expression of your body and utilizing it for your own benefit. So like, why use only 80% when you've got full access to 100% of your bodily movement and function? And that's how I really look at it. So I want to just, maximize what I'm capable of. And in order to do that, I feel like that self-care that's needed is so essential. And it's just about prioritization. And so that's the question and the takeaway is like, what do you prioritize? Where do you feel like you can add more movement into your life to be able to feel comfortable and stable in your body, regardless of what movement pattern you are doing?
Spot on. Look, there's a saying: if your body can express it, you should train it. And that is like such a powerful and true resonating statement that I try to live my life by all the time. You know, you were talking about chronic back pain, and so many people can deadlift 150, 200 kilos, but they'll lean over to pick up a suitcase and their back will go out on them. And they're like, how can this happen? I have such a strong deadlift, and you know, I go to pick up, you know, or pick up my child who's 7 kilos, and it's because they're not prepared. You know, a deadlift, there's a setup, you're postured up, you're activated, you're ready to go. But you know, if your child is there and it's in the heat of the moment, you should be ready to be able to lift something in a non-perfect environment as well, because that's what life is, non-perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. So lots of great takeaways from this talk, and it's about taking action today. So what is it that you're going to try today that was different from yesterday?
Love it.
Thanks all.
Thanks.